All right, I believe we are live. So, I'm just going to make sure we have sound and all that other fun stuff, and we'll really get going here. Because it's really something that is amazing and yet unbelievable at the same time. And I have a few things to say about a few things, and of course, we'll talk about some of the other stuff that we normally talk about. We'll try that. We won't be on very long. I mean, it's 7 o'clock Eastern time here, and I could switch cameras even while I'm talking a little bit, and I'll go over to the bigger camera just to get the light out of your eyes. Just gonna see. Yes, everybody sounds good. Video good. Larissa's here. Kabuki's hit. Audio's fine. Everything's fine. So, anyways, I think it was early last week. First of all, let me just say this. Fallen Dominion, how are you? Good to see everybody. This Sunday, we're going to be doing some live plays. But today, we're going to just be talking about something that is really kind of unreal to me. And I've spent the last week kind of almost obsessing and looking at it because... did I say Rob D. Pie? No, I hope I didn't. No, I said, okay. So, anyways, everybody knows, unless you've been under a rock, that probably the hugest star on YouTube, creator, video game guy, whatever you want to say, is PewDiePie. And the guy is absolutely amazing. Okay. I remember watching him when, and I'm an old guy, watching this guy when he was doing Happy Wheels, and I thought it was the most amusing thing I ever saw in my life. And my son came up to me, and he goes up to me and he says, PewDiePie is going to get overtaken. I go, how is that even humanly possible? And he goes by T-Series. Now here I am, I'm thinking it's some kind of rap thing or something like that. And it turns out to be some Bollywood corporation. And, I don't understand, how something like this can actually happen. And, how much is this, this count here. Now, the other day it was at 330,000. And I'm looking at a live counter. Now, I can't even comprehend how this all works. It's absolutely amazing. Oh my God. I mean, absolutely amazing at how this all just kind of, I mean, the amount of people that are being, that are here is just amazing. I gave PewDiePie maybe 5 minutes of my attention a few years back. I wasn't interested. No, but you know something, Kabuki? And I'm going to say this. I was looking at their chat. There's a live count now. And the amount of subscribers that are being exchanged, it would take me maybe 5 years just to exchange the amount that they're doing in 5 minutes. And where are these people? I mean, it's just unbelievable. Well, I'm going to explain a little bit, and I'm going to go into it. I thought our thing was like flying off the handle there. So here's the thing. I'll be honest. I have no idea who PewDiePie is. Well, I'm going to explain it. Just Google to see. Guess I've been living under a rock. Yeah, pretty much. Well, listen, I'll be honest with you. It's not something I follow. But this whole story I followed, where there is a major corporation coming into, India's just become very big and open with internet. And this Bollywood type of corporation that does these Indian music videos, and India with 1 billion people are supporting this channel. Now, PewDiePie for years has always been pretty much YouTube. He did video games and he does different things. Whether you like or dislike isn't the question. The question here is, and I'm going to read some of your comments. Hold on. The game theory video on the rise of PewDiePie is essential about how to game the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, it's an amazing thing, but you have to give him credit. The guy has that it factor. Okay, it's not something that you can teach or copy, and this kind of translate into our realm, and that's why I wanted to talk about this. This isn't just about that, this epic war where you're talking about 81 million people versus 81 million people. There's 81,105,000 for T series, and I'm just rounding around, and 81,300,000 for PewDiePie. Now, let me tell you something. The numbers are astronomical when you start talking about what you're seeing here. I mean, it's incomprehensible. 1 million people. Can you imagine having 1 million subscribers here at this channel? I mean, it's impossible. And because we're so different, but it comes back to that it factor. He's reached and moved enough people that you're talking about 81 million people follow this guy. May not be your thing, but 81 million. Think about that. I remember him getting in trouble for making Nazi jokes. I guess that was all forgiven. Now, listen, this isn't about if he's right or wrong. And this isn't about T-Series being right or wrong. Okay? It's about, here's a guy that does his videos. It's just him against a corporation. And how do you fight that? And is this the sign of the times where everything on YouTube becomes corporate, where you're not getting... You see, YouTube originally, when it originally started, it was about you, okay? Picking up a camera and just making videos and sharing your life and different things and hobbies and stuff with you. But now all of a sudden there's this corporate movement, and they see the power that YouTube has. YouTube is a great a great advertising platform. Okay, you get somebody making content for you. Okay, then on top of it, you sell your commercials on that video on top of it. I mean, compared to TV, what would you rather do? Give a guy, take in our situation here, give a guy and say, hey, you know what? We'll make sure you have games all year. And I'm just using this as a thing. All we need you to do is keep making videos about our games and talk about our games and give us a positive response. Or would you rather go to TV and pay maybe $150,000 for a commercial? First, you have to make the commercial. Then you have to produce the commercial. You have to pay the actors to do the commercial. And then you got to hope that you have to pay for the time slots that it shows up. Well, hey, I wanted to play during certain things. Yes, PewDiePie is like a laser gun. Hold on, let me see. All right, I'm just getting rid of this clown. Okay, here we go. This is how we do things around here. We're trying to talk, and we got people. There we go. I always wanted to do that. There we go. Okay, so anyways, South Park actually taught me about PewDiePie. I can't say it. It's my thing. They spoofed him, and that was how I learned about him. Yeah, I didn't. I think I saw that one, and it was actually pretty good. So, oh God, I forgot about that one. That's right, boy. Imagine being that big that you actually do that. Never heard of him. Well, if you just type his name in there, you'll be surprised at how much he has an influence here. Here's a guy that basically just can do anything. He makes videos, and he was the biggest guy here. Yeah, I mean, it's just unfathomable to watch this thing transgress. I'm looking at the live count here. There is a thing that if you put in PewDiePie versus T-Series, you can actually watch the count, and sometimes you're just hypnotized by the count itself. You know, it's not even about the two people that are going against each other, the corporation and whatchamacallit. It's about just watching these incredible numbers and the influence that YouTube has. I think that's the thing that really fascinates me. The Dice Tower has 210K BoardGameGeek only 72 from Vassal. Tom Vassal has done quite well. Oh, without a doubt. Tom's been doing it for 13 years though. Okay? And listen, let's be honest. Tom has done a great job and a great service to everybody out there in the board gaming community. Okay, let's not forget that. Now, where BoardGameGeek's strength is in their website, because you're talking about 1.9 million people that are actively registered under BoardGameGeek. So does that balance out? Is a website more powerful than YouTube? I don't know. I don't have those kind of answers. It's watching this that's the fascination. It really is. Advertising through YouTube, personally, is more effective and cheaper than commercials are anonymous. I'm sorry, I got a bad pair of glasses on, of course. But you feel like you know a content creator and trust his opinion. Very good. Sorry, Sue. I didn't mean to. This is a whole thing that we're doing next week. Let me put this count down, because I got the count up in front of me, and I'm trying to manage a few things without getting corrected by certain people. This is the game from Barnes and Noble. Now this week, and you're going to see when I talk about my vlog this week, you're going to take a look and you are going to see, okay, the three games that we're going to be talking about next week. I just spent all afternoon since 3 o'clock, and I just got done a little while ago shooting the three games for Barnes and Noble. What do they accomplish by going to Barnes and Noble? And I think that's something that we really want to hit home on. And you're going to see a lot of that. Rob, what the you banned me. I wasn't teasing you. Epic Fire 808, whatever. I wasn't banning you. I just don't have time to be teased right now when I'm trying to do about a billion things, and sometimes it's just not funny. So whatever. You weren't banned. I put you in timeout for a few minutes. But we're going over all these different games, and it seems like Games Workshop is kind of taking a really different type of look at things. What they're trying to do is they're taking and they're building these games with kind of a beginner kind of thought, and trying to just take and take it and move it somewhere. I don't know who they're trying to reach, because some of these games, they're very easy to play, but I was kind of like, all right, with this Blitz Bowl, are you trying to get the younger generation to play this? And then with Lord of the Rings, a totally different experience, which you're going to see the video this week. Now, Sunday, I'm going to do a live play of Space Marine Adventures. So I think that's going to be really, really interesting. And you're going to see how that really, really kind of works. I think you're really going to like it. It's going to be something different. So I'm pretty excited about it. Helen, hi all. I am awake tonight and a funeral tomorrow. What happened? We are supposed to get slammed with snow, so not sure when I will get back to a computer and semi-reliable internet web connection. Oh my God, there's always something going on with you. I love to see a Morheim relaunch. I would too. I really would. Like I said, I probably should change the title a little bit. Well, your thoughts and more. Okay, yeah, because I kind of hit more than that. All right, so anyways, my buddy brought Space Corp through the P500 and read the rules. He will teach me next week. Now I can watch Rob's playthrough. Okay, there you go. See? Probably some of the best work I've done in a long time. And I know this is going to be kind of a redo, but you know, I even talk about this week in this week's vlog, because I shot the vlog early, especially with Championship Sunday. It's not so much about football as much as it's about what I have planned. I want to fit everything in so everybody who wants to watch championship football. We're doing a lot of different things. I'm changing a lot of things, and well, I mean, you could watch the feed, but probably live streams are going to be dead for a while, or for good. And you'll see how I'm talking about that. How can I tell if my turtle has dementia? Oh, this is going to be a good joke. Well, I don't know. You can ask him. They say 6 to 8 inches in Chicago. Supposed to get about a foot in central Pennsylvania. Up in the Northeast, I was asking my daughter, Connecticut's not supposed to get a lot, but through that belt, through New England, they're talking anywhere 18 to 20 by the time it gets there. So that thing is going to hit, and it's just going to go right across, and then a huge Arctic freeze is going to come in right behind it. So that'll be pretty interesting. Also, we are going to be doing so much this week. You know, I'm really encouraged by all the things that we've been able to do. And we're taking a turn where the content's going to be a little more exciting, I think. And I really like what we're doing. Supposed to get about a foot in central Pennsylvania. I already read that Fantasy CD. Sorry about that. All right, so we, you know, getting back to this subject a little bit. You know, they're saying, oh, well, wait a minute. 9 to 10 inches of snow expected in Iowa. Boy, everybody's getting hit with it. New Jersey is supposed to get a little tomorrow. I hope not until late. Having gaming at my house. I am harassing Aldi and Eric Martin about getting Rob on the BGG YouTube show. Well, harass him. Well, we're supposed to have a big meeting on Monday. That's another reason I filmed everything. My gaming got canceled, said Swearing. New Troll, how are you? The Room, 1976. I like that. Thank you for your reviews. They influenced my decision in purchasing some games like Cards of Cthulhu, which is a great game, and recently subscribed and noticed you have miniature painting vids too. Yes, I do, and that's something that well, I can talk a little bit about that. Some of those 3 or 4 hour videos I'm going to be taking and cutting them up and making them more accessible. So it's going to be like a Retro Rob segment. We're going to be taking some of the bigger things, putting them together, cutting them up, and making them into 20-minute videos. And I'm going to do play-by-play. So I really want to get some of that stuff out. And every week we'll do one and we'll do something new. Now, we're going to be painting... I think we're going to go back. Well, I got a lot of patron stuff, and I just went to the post office and sent all that out. So I'm pretty happy that we're getting pretty close with that. That is another thing that has been on, that I've been very happy about over the last month, how much I've cut that list in half. I still have a way to go, but we're going to be working on it, and then we'll be able to make our next move, which is going to be glorious. I tell a pretty good story in the vlog. You know, I almost think sometimes, every time I film the vlog, I end up coming on and almost giving all of it away. Hopefully the snow is done up here by then. Sue says, I bought Cards of Cthulhu based on Rob's playthrough with Janice, but it's still in the shrink. You should go play it. It's a lot of fun. I'm in Tulsa. I'm in Ponce City, north of Stillwater. All right. So, getting back to the subject that we opened up with. Take care all. Going to hash through Earth Reborn tonight. Gramtastic. First of all, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope everything's going good. I know you've been through a lot. And like I said, you know, I've read the things. Things are going better for you. I'm glad. Everything will pass. Everything passes. You know, there's something I wrote down, and I was thinking about it today, and it was, in a world where you can be anything you want to be, how about just being kind? That would be cool, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Jeez. What a great world that would be if we were just kind to one another. But, I guess so far. Oh, ready for the snow. Grilling and smoking brisket. Oh, boy, I got to come out to see you. Got a 6-player TI4 game planned for tomorrow and a 6-player game of Fallen Land on Sunday. I love blizzards. By the way, John, get a hold of me so I can take care of that. I appreciate everything you did taking care of that thing for me. Everything is well, Rob. Thank you. That's the most important. Mark Livergood, how are you, my friend? What is this snow everyone is talking about? It's up north. It's just going to be, it's actually going to be 78 tomorrow and then 62 the following day. Von Deacon, how are you? Good to see you. So, I'm going to go back to this count thing because I'm just fascinated with this. All right, let's see where it's at now. All right, PewDiePie has gone up to 196,000 difference. So he's making, maybe us coming on helped him. I don't know. I doubt it. We have 24 people watching. But, you know, it's amazing how this, I wonder how this spells out. Supark, hope Rob keeps playing what he enjoys in 2019. Keeping fun for you, big guy. Keeping in fun for you, big guy. Yes, you know something? I sent it. No worries. I got it covered, brother. My pleasure. No, let me make it right. Sven, how are you? Sure, Rob. Rub in your nice weather. Well, no, I'm not rubbing it because it's supposed to be 58. If it was just straight 70s or 80s or whatever, okay, fine. First of all, I'm not somebody that enjoys the heat. I live in Florida. Why? For my wife's health, more or less. But Euphrates Ghost, good to see you. But the truth of the matter is that we're checking our email. PlayStation Store, jump on our flash sale. Woo! It's the up and down thing, and that's when people get sick. When it's 78 one day, and then the next day it's 61 for a high, 58, 67, 54. You know, and that's what we deal with down here. It's not the same. How am I? Same as yesterday. Old, fat, and ugly. Oh, come on, bro. I know, I'm joking. I know you are. I know you are. So, you know, so many positive things that we have going forward, and I'm having fun. And you know, when I went to Barnes and Noble and I heard about the Lord of the Rings game, and I heard about it from Pete, you know, I said, boy, that sounds interesting, and I think that'd be something fun to play live. And I went there, and then I saw the Blitz Bowl and the Space Marine Adventures, and I didn't think about those coming to my local Barnes & Noble. So I just bought all three, $150. Holy cow. But were they worth it? I think they'll be fun to show you guys because you can keep it in a certain time frame. And in Blitz Bowl, believe it or not, I just think it might be something that I can do with Lance live. So that might be fun. And it's 30 to 40 minutes. So we may stretch it out to an hour, which is never a bad thing. Louisiana weather does that. Oh, I got to take a drink. I'm sorry. Ugh. Mouth gets dry talking so much. Oh, there we go. Which Lord of the Ring game? Quest to Mount Doom. And, oh, by the way, Helen, you there? Because I haven't seen Helen comment in about a few minutes. Or is she just sticking her head in real quick? And where did Leland go? Is he still here? The new Barnes & Noble co-op. Yes. Oh, it's not a co-op. It's not a co-op. It's actually a game where you are facing off each other. That the ring is corrupting everybody, and everybody's trying to get it to Mount Doom. Really interesting. You'll see it. Oh, okay, see, you're not banned. I wouldn't ban you. Okay, cool. You made fun of what I said, PewDiePie, so I just went that timeout for you. Just having some fun back. But these games, I think I'm going to try to play them during the week. And we're going to have 2 War and Pieces, 2... I don't know how I'm doing this. You know, there was a time when I wasn't doing as much, figuring that would help me, and not having as much fun doing less. I'm doing more now and having more fun. I don't know. Rob and Lance playing Fantasy Flight L, Lord of the Rings card game would be awesome. It's not Fantasy Flights. It's Games Workshop. Welcome back, Helen. Helen's back. Pew, I am looking out for you. I couldn't say it even if I wanted to. I'm really looking forward to Journey Through Middle-earth. I'm kind of torn on that one. You know, we'll see how that turns out. So, keeping up with the PewDiePie Vs T series, you know, there was another thought, like I was talking about having the it factor. How many people have the it factor? You know, and you know, there's a lot of funny things that go on in YouTube, and you see it. You know, a guy with maybe 3,000 subscribers, yet within 3 days he has 24,000 views on a particular video that he did. Okay. Or 5,000 subscribers. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't work that way. It's called buying subscription, buying views to get people to come in. And eventually they get caught with it, or it gets deleted. But a lot of that happens, and I see a lot of that. And I wonder how much that falls into play in this epic battle to see who has dominance over YouTube. You know, I don't think it really matters. You know, if you have 81 million people following you, does it matter if somebody surpasses you? Or is it just become a thing where, are you fighting a certain establishment? Are you who owns the song Still Leonard Nimoy? Oh, I don't know. FFG has the book license. Yes, but GW has the license to the movies, and they still have it for a little while. I don't know how long. Oh, that is a horrible song, says Mark Livergood. I haven't heard it. Like buying weapons in Diablo 2. Am I missing something? Rating battles, just like TV. Yeah, it's amazing how you took something that was so innocent. Well, yeah, YouTube was innocent at some point, where it was for everybody. And basically you took it and you made it evolved to basically TV. Okay? You know, like I'm on, speaking of Undead Viking, Fire and Ice has a new unofficial solo variant on BGG. Ooh, cool. Oh, that's your... Oh, that... Oh, girls who breathe are... What? Well, we put that in the title so you knew that we were going to have a bunch of people that were going to come in and do stuff. Rob, you are old like me. You almost said GDW. I know I did. you know, it's a funny thing, like I was saying, that you know, and I almost lost my train of thought, but you know, when I think of our channel, we're kind of like on UHF, if anybody remembers that. And I know some of you do. And I'm waiting for Kabuki to come in and say, oh, yeah, I remember UHF. And then you got your major channels. You know, you got your major channels, and then you got the UHF channels, which are your public television and your local channels. I am public television all the way. Get some of that. Hey, just got Gloomhaven. So excited from Colorado. Said, like the channel. Keep it up. Hey, Splinter Rat, thank you. You fine fellow. Leland says, that is a service to pay Indian companies to create accounts for inflated traffic. A lot of startups do that. Yeah, because it's rabbit ears. You know something? I'm going to tell you a story, and it's kind of funny. Rob, just to note, you switched cameras and keep talking to the other one. Oh, did I? Oh, I keep on looking. Oh, yeah. You're right. I keep looking at this camera here. Thank you, Larissa. That's why I keep my phone in case I do something stupid. I keep looking over here and talking and looking at the chat here when all I have to do is swap the camera. All right, so we'll just leave it here. There we go. I'm looking at myself now. 52, New Jersey had Uncle Floyd. All right, Kabuki. Let's see how good you are. Who hosted Wonderama? And do you remember Wonderama? UHF had like 100 little channels on the knob. Well, because I lived in Connecticut, we would get Boston, we would get New York, we would get stuff from Philadelphia, 29 from Philadelphia. You know, I was in a weird spot where I would get all kinds of things. The funny thing about it is that we lived near a mountain. I remember Smell-O-Vision movie when I was a kid at a drive-in. I remember that too. But it was kind of funny. I remember we had these big antenna, these big rabbit ears, and we would move the foil, because we would put foil on the ends and move it, and the picture would be perfect. And then I goes, all right, Dad, do I have it? Yeah, okay. The minute I let it go, snow. It snowed all year round. Oh man, I remember Wonderama, but you stumped me. Don't remember the host. Oh my God, Bob McAllister. Bob McAllister. That explains your accent. Yeah, I have a weird New York, Boston accent because it's kind of in between. Because I lived in an Italian neighborhood, but I'm Polish. I'm Polish-Romanian, and I still have a little bit of that New England, Boston thing. So I never say anything correctly. No, I'm not looking there. I'm looking here. Rob, you are wasting valuable gaming time. I need you to teach me L&L Tactical. I own Conflict of Heroes and Bands of Brothers. Why not another tactical system? We're going to be doing that. We're going to be breaking open as you speak. Hold on. Tomorrow you're going to see a video just going a little bit over the core rules. We're not going to hit the core rules because next week, next Saturday, you're going to see a bonus War and Pieces on Heroes of Normandy. So, hey, I got you covered, Sue. I got you covered, brother. I got you covered. Wow, the foil was real. Yes, it was. That's why I always laugh about putting the foil on people's head. We needed to get a better signal. We had a huge antenna, but a box inside that automatically turned the antenna. Yeah, so you could pick up stuff. We didn't have that. We were the first people on our neighborhood to get cable. Yes, you put foil on the antenna to get better signal. That haul of old war games was pretty awesome, by the way, Rob. Well, thank you, Kabuki. It was a lot of fun. Wait till you see what else I got planned. Or you had a giant antenna on the roof or in the attic and ran a line to it. Yes, we did. Normandy, that's the best one. Well, that's why we're going to open it up. And we're going to go through everything. We're going to do our best to cover everything. I promise you. We'll get there. And we're having fun doing it, too. Best was having a roof serial antenna. Well, does anybody remember when, some of the older folks like myself thought you were going to pull out the Falklands? No. Now, when cable first came, we were the first one to have cable, and you had this box with buttons all across it, and you had this thing that would go up and down, and it was like this, and you had like a 25-foot cord. So you would sit there and just go dink, dink, dink. I never moved. I just sit there, dink, 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 dink. And the only paid channel was HBO. And we would pay for HBO, and we'd be all excited and wait every month for the little booklet that would come and tell us what was on. Now, HBO would come on from 4 o'clock in the afternoon till about anywhere from 2 to 3 at the evening, and then go off the air. Okay, so they would run the movie like 3 or 4 times, 4 movies like 3 or 4 times, and that would be it. That's it. Boop. Let's see. My grandfather and brother were the first in central New Jersey to have TV. They put it together from a kit. Whoa. The boxes that went ka-chunk. Yep. Yeah, the clicky boxes. And HBO wouldn't come on until 8 p.m. at night. Well, yeah, and then it started at 4. Maybe I don't remember the 8. And I remember it was always... It was on the top. It was the third one over. That was HBO. Then all the way on the bottom would have your UHF channels. But there was this one like public channel, and anybody could do anything on this public channel. And I remember that there used to be music videos. Now this is right before MTV. I think it was a test channel, to be honest with you. And from 11:30 at night to 1 in the morning. I remember on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, well, it was every night, to be honest with you, they would play a bunch of different music videos. It would always be Tim Curry. He would play, he had an album out, and I remember him rolling around in some garage with oil all over him. I can't remember the song. The Cramps, they had a video. X. And I remember I knew Xena, believe it or not. Who else? UK. Nothing to Lose. John Wetton. I love him. I miss him. Turn It On from Genesis. Led Zeppelin was always playing in the background when they were telling you in between commercials. I miss pop-up videos. Who doesn't? I'm trying to think of the other songs that were on there because I ended up like Tom Petty was on there. It was a lot of outrageous stuff that I probably wouldn't have known if it wasn't for those videos. And oh God, Squeeze. I remember that. Squeeze was on there. Oh, what was in this thing? Wasn't Pulling Muscles from Michelle. I can think of the damn song. Hold on, I'm gonna get it. It was from Argy Barge. Yeah. Another Nail for My Heart. There we go. Okay, I had to sing it all the way through. Split Ends. That was another one. Used to love Night Flight for videos. Yes, that was a good one too. Thanks for the trip down memory lane, Rob. Old music vids are cool. They sure were. They sure were. And if you remember, okay, and this is just going back, and we turned the whole PewDiePie thing into a memory lane here. I can't say that phrase without singing it. Which one's that? Game line. I miss pop-up videos. Let's see. I used to live down the street from. X used to live down the street from me. See, they were cool. I can't say that phrase without singing it. Okay. Where was I going? The most amazing thing is that you used to like a band, and then Don Kirshner's rock concert, you would wait because they would show certain videos, and there were, it was always a Saturday night after wrestling or whatnot, and you would see a couple of videos for about a half hour, and you'd be like, oh my God, that's what my favorite band looks like. Oh my God, that's so cool, because all you had was a picture. There weren't videos back then. And I remember seeing, because I loved Cheap Trick when they hit in '77, and then seeing the Dream Police video for the first time, I lost it. I was a big Yes fan. Oh, I liked everything. Your forehead is so big that you can land a helicopter on it. Well, Billy Dave, you're probably right. I'm just waiting for the girls to... It's not... I'm just bald. I'm bald. That's all it is. But at least I'm smart enough to realize that you can't land a helicopter on a forehead. Jeez. Let's see. Billy Zoom. And that was Stance. Oh, let's see. Haha, I remember 80s wrestling and Kung Fu Theater. Oh, Kung Fu Theater was like was like the best. Now that song's stuck in my head. Yeah, there we go. Somebody deleted him. Good job. Billy Dave's big forehead equals big brains. Duh. Cheap Trick is amazing live. Yeah, I saw them. I took my brother because he was too young to go. I took him to New Haven Coliseum, and I took him to go see Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, and Scorpions. It was a triple bill. I remember that concert. Oh my God, was that loud. I saw Cheap Trick open for Def Leppard. Wow. I remember, oh God, I recently went to go see Chicago about a year and a half ago with the Queen. Oh, that was so good. I always tried to go. I had tickets one time. It got canceled. And then I had to go out of town. Kung Fu Fighting? Yeah, I remember Kung Fu Fighting. The 70s wasn't too bad either. Dave Mason was good. There were just certain songs that got me. Now, I was a kid and I always wanted a girlfriend, and I couldn't get a girlfriend. I was an outcast. And I was never too popular. I was an incredible athlete that just wasn't very popular because I always liked, I liked all the different things. I just wasn't the same guy. But I would listen to songs and just get all bummed out. What was Undercover Angel? Who sung that one, Kabuki? Do you remember that one? I used to like goofy stuff like that. Bobby Dupree. That was like early 80s though. Oh God, Jim Croce, Chicago was a favorite. Chicago reminds me of a Saturday afternoon going down to the New Haven Green and just spending time with my uncle. He would take us all over the place. And Saturday in the park, it just every single time gets me. Led Zeppelin was cool. Rush was cool. Yes was really cool. I was always into progressive music. I loved Elton John, the old albums like Yellow Brick Road, Beatles. I liked, boy, I can go on 25 or 64 and so many other great ones. Yeah, the original Genesis with Peter Gabriel. Yeah, oh God. boy, I am just kicking the crap out of you today. Undercover Angel. Undercover Angel. Midnight Moon. Bobby Dupree. No, Alan. Oh, God. I always get him mixed up with the guy that sang the Pina Colada song. And that song, Him. Where the girl was messing around. Oh, God. Somebody's gonna look it up. I can't because I got to. Robert Purdon, how are you? I should break out that tiger right now, Robert. He's got a few things to say to you. No, I'm only kidding. You're actually a good dude. How can I tell? I'm gonna read this anyways. How can I tell my girlfriend that she's a little chubby? Frank Wonder says. Well, Alan O'Day, nice job, Kabook. Yep. So anyways, how can you tell your girlfriend that she's getting a little chubby? Probably by the amount of food she eats. A buffet? I don't know. Does she spend more time at the buffet than you? Does she talk with her mouth full? I don't know. Does she... was she a size 6 last week and now a size 7? That's a good way to tell that she's getting a little chubby. Well, there you go. I think I answered that. All right. I should break out the tiger. The tiger is actually going to be playing a couple of games in the coming weeks. I didn't want to overkill him. All right. And I really mean it when he's for my grandson. And I'm going to be making a video that nobody is actually going to, I'm going to put on there, don't watch, but I know you people will watch anyways. And my daughter asked that he would talk to her because he keeps on asking how come he doesn't talk to Hudson, and how come, she asked, Huddy asked Kate and goes, I'm waving to him. How come Grandpa doesn't wave back? So we're going to make a video where we wave to him and talk to him. Tell your girlfriend you can't stop kissing her. Croce song. Yeah, that was a good one. I did like some of the top 40. I was very top 40. Here's one for you, Kabook, and the rest of the group. I keep on pointing to Kabuki because Kabuki and I always have this thing, the race to see who can answer these old questions, and we always get it right. And we both have the same taste in so much stuff. It's like ridiculous. But here's one. Thunder Island. Okay. Who sang Thunder Island? And don't look. Don't cheat. Oh, Lonely Boy was another one that, oh my God, that used to get me because I always felt I was the lonely boy. How about some mantras? Rainbow. Rainbow was good. But let's not forget, if you're going to talk about Rainbow, you got to talk Deep Purple. Alan O'Day, thank you. Fallen Dominion. Riot? No. Oh, right. Was good. Jay Ferguson, congratulations. What's wrong with a little chubby? I don't know. He was upset. We tried to help him. He didn't know how to tell if she was. Everyone can Google cheat these days. Jay Ferguson sang Down on Thunder Island. I would sing that. As a matter of fact, I saw that video about 2 months ago, and that's all I did. That's all I was walking around going do 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 do, and then the piano will come in. Oh God, it's an awful long ride home. So you find yourself doing this kind of things. Thanks, Ice, says Kabook. Okay, I'm just checking. Yeah, this totally went from talking about the state of YouTube to reminiscing about everything that we possibly could on a Friday night. Hey, not bad. Not bad. Oh, God, what was the other one that I said? Oh, Lonely Boy. That was another one. Gold. His last name was Gold. And Andrew Gold. There's another old one. What was one of the first real. I remember I used to work at Kmart. Okay, I was a door guard. Okay, and where I worked in East Haven, okay, it was on the border of New Haven, and people were coming there, and it was like crime city. I'm making noise by playing with these, so I'm gonna toss them over there. So what would happen is I was the first defense. Okay, I was the last defense. They would go through the cash register if they were trying to steal something, and I was at the door, and I was supposed to check their bags if they brought them in and brought them out. Meanwhile, security was always looking around. Every single night I worked, it was you were fighting for your life. I mean it. I mean, you want to talk about fist fight, and here I am. I'm 16 years old, fighting like guys that are like 25, 24, 30, whatever, because back then you would try to stop them. They try to run. You were allowed to tackle them. So you would tackle these guys, and you would get and they're fighting for their life to get away, and you are fighting. And here you are. You're waiting for the security guards to come help you, and you were just brawling. I mean, it was on like Donkey Kong. So I remember the first Van Halen album came out, and I would play that before I went into work because I knew, it's Saturday night. They're open to 10. I'm going to fight. Running with the devil. And boy, I would play that. And Eruption. That would be my gateway to getting my head straight. Go from being a nice guy to get ready to being tough. Oh, man. Open field tackles. That's what it was. That was serious if you were tackling people. Yeah, you were trying to... That was the way it was in the old days. They would tackle them. Of course, the cops are already called, so you're trying to hold on to them. The old security used to have handcuffs and everything, and it was just such a brawl. Just a brawl. Styx was another band. The song that I always attribute to my life, and it is the sound. Music is the soundtrack of your life. You have a set bunch of songs that go through your life that remind you of certain times and certain things, certain people, and so forth and so on. But one song that there were a couple by Styx, because I really liked Styx. But a song that always got me, because I really did have a miserable childhood, and it was Man in the Wilderness. And if you ever get a chance to hear that and play it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's how you felt all the time. And growing up's tough. I don't care who you are. You go through it, you're never the prom king or the prom queen. That's saved for one person. And then there's another 600 people in your class that are always second, and it's tough. It's tough. Man in the Wilderness, and what was the other song I really Crystal Ball I loved. Tommy Shaw is incredible. Most underrated singer ever. His voice was like unbelievable. Just saw Styx this past summer. They were amazing live. Even now, I like their new album too. Elton John, Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. Sure was. Sure was. And then you would get done, go home. I remember just 10 o'clock watching Creature double feature. Maybe catch the second film and catch them both if I didn't work on Saturday. Then. And it was such an amazing lineup on WOR, because it would be UFO. If anybody's ever saw that, Heart was great. Oh my God, how could you not love Heart? But if you really think about UFO was an old British Gary Anderson show from the UK, and it was just so cool. I loved all the ships in that. We watched Twilight Zone, Outer Limits. Then the Carol Burnett show. If we saw the movie already on Creature Double Feature, because we would have to go over to Channel 5 if that didn't come in. Then it would be wrestling. Saturday mornings were great because wrestling. UFO. Nice. Strangers in the Night. I'm actually talking about the TV show. But UFO was awesome. Oh God. Yeah, all those TV shows. There were so many sci-fi shows on. UFOs. See, UFO reminds me of Blue Murder. Okay? And I'll tell you why. Two fantastic bands, but so underrated. Their first album, Blue Murder, was just fantastic. And then, you know, that live album by UFO, completely just neglected. Sanford and Son taught me about live people and comedy. That was on Friday nights. Friday nights were pretty good on on ABC because it was the Partridge Family, the Nanny and the Professor, the Brady Bunch. Oh God, and there was one more. Oh, and then the Night Stalker, Kolchak, the Night Stalker. Love that show. I was thinking of the band. I know you were. Yeah. PBS was great for Doctor Who. Boy, this. The MC5 are touring for their 50th anniversary. Whoa. MC50. Wow. Wow. All right. Well, how long have we been on? Because I always like to keep these things to a certain amount of time. 58 minutes. Okay, we'll go a few more minutes because we were having fun. This was a lot of fun. So I'm gonna just quickly check and whoops, that isn't it. Nanny and the Professor. Oh God, who didn't love the Nanny? So I'm looking over. Let's see what PewDiePie and T Series is at. Oh, he's up to 197. He's making some distance. He just made up 3,000. If I got 3,000 subscriptions in an hour, my God, boy, can you imagine that? Huh, got 3,000 subscriptions. That's all right. We like our little channel just the way she is. Oh Lord, Doctor Who was awesome. Yeah, the fourth Doctor, Tom Baker, was so good. That's my doctor too. Night Stalker wasn't in reruns enough. Haven't seen that one in ages. And people forget him as that he was just so good at that. Oh my God, that was so fun. There were so many good things. The Time Traveler. Does anybody remember? Let's Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Land of the Giants. I thought those girls were so cute. Oh my God. You'll get there, Rob. Can't fake personality and grit. Yeah, we definitely got that, and we have fun with it. It's nice to spend the Friday night with you guys, to be honest with you. And, you know, if you see this later on, just know that we were thinking of you, those of you that weren't here. But oh my God, the Land of the Giants. Lost in Space. I always liked Judy. And then Land of the Giants was, of course, they had to have their version of Dr. Smith. I have all that stuff. You know, I have a Time Tunnel. I have that. I have all that stuff on DVD. You'd be surprised what I had. I wish, you know, I wouldn't get strikes and stuff like that, because I would do like a walkthrough and the podcast at the end of the month. I was actually thinking of taking a series and going through it, and actually what I'm thinking of doing, and I think I can do this, was actually doing a live stream. Space 1999, I got all those, and taking a series and talking about it. So maybe doing it live, and what we could do is I can play it here watch it, or I can play it on another YouTube, another thing here, or put it in a small box up top and watch it without the sound, but kick in a sound bite here and there. And we can break down the episode. We can talk about lines in the episode, what that particular episode meant, and do it with like certain shows that maybe that we really like break down all the Twilight Zones. How much fun would that be? Wild Wild West with Robert Conrad. That was really good. That was really good. Boy, people they just had so much imagination back then. You know what I mean? Just so much imagination, because it was just, everything was just so well written. I miss those days. By the way, I've got to, oh shoot, I got to make that video. I'll do it live. At Rob, you won't get copyright strikes as long as you add an overlay and add your own commentary. It's called fair use policy. Cool, Leland. You're going to have to write some of that stuff with me so we know how to do it. Who remembers a short-lived sci-fi with a guy and a kid traveling through time with the help of a little pocket watch device? The show was called Voyagers? Yes, it was Voyagers. Voyagers was great. I have that. You know what would be kind of fun to do it with? Maybe if I brought Lance in, if we can get his boring ass in here, and maybe have you guys as a guest star. That would be kind of cool, and play it as a third. Oh, I wonder if I could do that. Yeah, because I would have a separate camera on it. Yeah, I could do that. I think I can do it. I'd have to see. Yeah, we wouldn't get killed on that. So, I mean, what do you guys think about that? You know, taking a journey back and breaking down episodes and stuff like that. Now I want to watch old school TV. Well, I think that's the kind of thing that we want to do. We want to do a little something like that. You know, break things up a little bit. If you use the clips for education, commentary, or other... Okay. Fair use is acceptable. Cancer, Eric. Does anybody remember HR Puff and stuff? That's another good one too. The little British kid everybody liked. Probably. Well, you know who else would have been a big star if he didn't hurt himself, and that's Jeremy Hunter. He played Christ, and he was Commander Pike. He was something else. And he was also in a John Wayne. It would be cool, like Mystery Science Theater. Yeah, but you know the difference I think is that we take it more seriously instead of trying to crack jokes. Time to change the channel to Me TV tonight. Well, there you go. Me TV is awesome. Old school TV. How about old school Twin Peaks? There you go. HR Puff and stuff. Can't get a little, and you can't get enough. Ultraman. I have all the Ultramans. We could do all the Ultramans. Probably the saddest moment ever. Is when Ultraman, come back. Yeah, I have all the Ultramans. You got how about no, it wasn't Ultraman. I'm sorry. I have all the Ultramans, but Johnny Sacco and Giant Robot. Boom. The Duke. Yeah, we can do a lot of things. We can do a lot of things and just have some fun. That's what I want to do. There you go. And we're going to make it my show. We're actually going to be doing... we're going to be doing some cool things. That's all I'm going to say. All right, listen. I held you up enough. I'm going to go have some dinner. I've been working all day, all night. It's the weekend. I do want to make you guys aware of. So make sure you know and spread the word on Discord if you're in Discord. The dice game comes back live on Monday. Tuesday is a huge sale on War Machine from Miniature Market. they have allowed me to take off this giant list that I have over there. 5 items, give them away, and they will ship them out to you. So whoever wins will get whatever I pick from that list. So get ready. If you are a War Machine fan or have never played War Machine, this is a good way to start. And they are having a massive sale where everything's going to be anywhere from 40 to 60 or 70% off. Yeah, that's ridiculous. All right, I've said it all. I'm going to go eat. I had a great time. This was a lot of fun to spend some time with you guys. Keep an eye on that thing, on the PewDiePie thing. I really think that it's a very serious thing, because when a corporation can come in and take over in just a matter of months, and you don't know if they did it honestly. They've got hundreds of people constantly working and trying to get subscriptions and views and all that other stuff. It kind of dulls. YouTube's changing. It's becoming more than Pippi Longstocking. Yep. Hold on, I'm gonna answer something. But it's becoming more than just an internet thing. It's definitely changing. That's for sure. Robotech. Anybody watch Robotech? Oh my God, that show was cool. Or Voltron. Or what was the other one? Battle Cruisers. I remember that one. Tell the Queen hi. I will, definitely. All right. Oh, Errol Flynn. I love that old Adventures of Robin Hood. One of the scenes I always remember is Friar Tuck catching that fish and just falling asleep by that tree. Boy, oh boy. Had to leave for a phone call. Now I know what it's like to be Kabuki. That's funny. It was great seeing you all. Great spending some time with you on a Friday. You will see me on Sunday when we will do Space Marine Adventures right before all the football games, and we're going to have some fun. Gotcha, man. Don't forget that. Battle of Planets was awesome. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob with the big forehead. We will see you soon. Later, my friends.